If you have been trying to sell clothes online and it's not been working out for you, it might be because your pictures are simply not very good.
So we teamed up with one of the coolest vintage stores in Paris. Plus, we spoke to over 1,000 fashion brands across the US and the UK.
And the result is this: ultimate guide to clothing photography. So here's the plan. We're gonna pick a couple of different items and teach you everything you need to know about taking beautiful pictures of clothes. So what is the most common mistake people make when taking pictures of clothes? Meet Christian, Kiloshop store manager and someone who definitely knows a lot about how to sell clothes. Can you show me how you would take a picture of this t-shirt?
The best thing to do is to have somebody to wear it. Like when somebody wear it and you put the detail of the model in the description. If I don't have a model, I'm gonna look for the biggest light.
When you buy clothes online yourself, what catches your attention?
I think the details. I think most of the time now when I buy something, if I don't have a crush, I don't gonna buy it. Too many people buy clothes, used to buy clothes, and then you end up with too much clothes. It's hard today to sell clothes.
Not necessary. When pictures are good, selling clothes online can be much easier than you would expect. Okay, so we're back at the office. We've got all our clothes right here, and let's just get into it. The first thing you will have to do is find a good spot to shoot. In general, what you want is a lot of natural light, as we have right here. Ideally, this part is really important. Natural light coming from one direction. So one source, single source of natural light tends to give best result. It basically adds depth to a shot, reduces harsh shadows, enhances texture, fabric details, and in general just creates a more natural looking shot, which is 100% what you want. You want your pictures to look as natural, as close to reality as possible. And it's actually often more difficult than it sounds. And fun fact, 22% of returns actually happen because clothes don't look the way they did on pictures. So you definitely want to avoid that. So the best way to take a picture of a t-shirt or anything with light, thin fabric is really to put it on a flat surface like a table or a floor. Flat lays tend to work best for items where the shape is not really solid. So if you would hang a t-shirt on a hanger, honestly, it probably wouldn't look as good because the fabric, it doesn't really show you the shape of that t-shirt. And that's why putting it down, you can still use the hanger just to give the shoulders a bit more shape. Remember to stretch the fabric as much as you can, smooth out any wrinkles, and you're basically good to go. Before you start shooting, always remember to clean your lens. Okay, so with a t-shirt, you really don't need much more than 2 pictures. And I know what you might be thinking right now. Why are you taking pictures on this ugly table? Well, this table is not ugly, but it's not very pretty, right? One thing that you need to know is that it doesn't really matter nowadays where you take your pictures as long as you have natural light. The background doesn't matter anymore because you can use AI to create nice, clean looking professional background. And when I was doing my research for this video, I realized that so many people out there give you outdated advice and tell you to like buy a piece of cardboard and paint it white. You really don't need to do that anymore. All you have to do is get Photoroom. If you don't have Photoroom yet, here's a QR code, scan it and download Photoroom. Photoroom is gonna remove the background for you, so it doesn't matter what background you're actually shooting with. And then you can add plain white background and even generate AI shadow. Shadow is super important because it adds depth, it makes the shot look more natural. So what we found out during our studies is that the 3 photography styles that work best for clothing is number 1, white background. That's what most professional fashion brands use. Number 2, close-up detail shot. And number 3, lifestyle shots. We're gonna focus on the 2 first in the very beginning, and then towards the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how you can create really cool lifestyle shots. And this is the final result. On the left, you have a picture that I took in a room where there's no natural light. And on the right, you have the final result that we took in here. And I didn't edit this picture at all. These are the actual colors. That's how much light can impact the shot. Okay, so moving on to item number 2, this awesome jacket. The best way to take a picture of an item that has lots of shape, lots of structure, like this jacket, is to wear it. And I know that you might be thinking, but I don't really feel like modeling. I don't want to be in the shots. Don't worry, that's also why it doesn't really matter that the jacket is obviously a little too big on me. I'm not really gonna be in this shot. Like, I will, but at the same time I won't, because we'll teach you something really cool. Ghost mannequin technique. So the best thing about ghost mannequin technique is that you can shoot an item in 3D. It gives you a better idea of the size, how it would fit an actual human, the shape, the texture. So Jan is taking pictures of me, and then we'll use Photoroom to remove the background, and we'll use retouch feature to remove myself from these pictures. If you want to know more about ghost mannequin technique, check the description box down below. I'll leave a link to a blog post where we explain to you step by step how to do it. And another item that would be perfect for ghost mannequin technique would be this hat. To be honest, this is like the only way to take good pictures of a hat like this, because as you can see, if you just put it flat on the table, you really wouldn't be able to tell like what's the shape of the hat. So the only way to get a good picture is to wear it. When you take pictures of more complex items like this jacket with lots of details, it looks different on each side, right? The sweet spot is anywhere between 3 to 5 pictures. You don't want to do too little, but you also don't want to do too much. So what majority of professional fashion brands would do is that they would combine several different photography style in one listing. So they would have a couple of white background shots, a couple of detailed shot, and a lifestyle shot. So if you're not yet at the level where you can actually allow yourself to hire a professional model and go out there and shoot, a cool way to create lifestyle shots is to use AI backgrounds. And here the same rule applied as with white background. You remove background on Photoroom and then choose AI backgrounds, and you can create cool artsy shots with whatever background you would like. And the last item we're gonna photograph are these shoes. So what works best with shoes is to simply put it on a flat surface. Start with a top-down shot. With shoes, like, you really want to take a picture from each side. They do look different on each side. So basically each side, left, right. You can do the front as well, and even the bottom. With shoes, since you have so many pictures, a useful tip is to use batch mode. Batch mode on Photoroom allows you to upload several pictures at the same time, and then you basically edit them all at once. Sometimes editing can take longer than the actual creation process, so it's a super useful time-saving hacks. And you can do that with several different items. It doesn't matter if it's just the shoes. You can do that with all the items that we photographed today. Put them all in batch and make sure that they all have the same background. The best thing about batch mode is that it helps you to create super consistent shots where each item looks exactly the same. If you want to learn even more about clothing photography, check out our report. I will leave a link in the description box. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed to our channel, remember to hit that subscribe button. We have many more cool videos coming out. And of course, if you have any questions, leave it down in the comment section down below. I will hopefully see you soon. Bye.